What's up, guys? I am hanging out in the backyard, literally. I'll make y'all a deal. If you watch this to the end, you will get a kick out of the way that I'm set up right now to do this video. But I had to get out here and do it, and it's comical to say the least. But before I get into all the details of this brand new Latitude Method 3 saddle, let's talk about some of the things that you may encounter during this video. I am in my backyard. You might hear a water fountain on the pond. You may hear a car go by. You may hear a neighbor scream at his dog. You never know. So just bear with me. But first thing I want to say about this saddle is they knocked it out of the park. Tenfold. Like, this thing is feature rich. It's comfort rich. I think it's a fair price for what it is compared to other premium saddles. And when you hear the name Method 3, at first, the last 7, 8, 9 months when I was hearing the guys at Latitude talk about the Method 3, I wondered, is this about to be a 3-panel saddle? Which I could see where, that would be cool. Maybe even like a seat system. And then it hit me when the thing got closer and closer to being brought to the public that this thing was the Method 3 one, because it's the third one that they've created. And also, in my head, I want to say it's Method 3 because it's not just a 2-panel, it's a either-or panel. So this thing, obviously, as you guys can see, have seen from pictures and videos that people have released already, you can see I've got 2 separate panels right here, and then with the pull of these drawstrings, I pull it right up, and it latches, and now I'm sitting in a single panel. And I had been sitting here for a while playing with both. Both are super comfortable, both have their benefits. A single panel seems to fit a bigger fella a little bit better than a 2-panel, and then you got smaller guys like me, 5'8", 185, pure muscle, that I prefer the 2-panel. I do like the ability to swap back and forth between the two, and that's going to be super beneficial this fall. I can go ahead and tell you right now the difference in comfort and padding in this and the Method 2 is, I wouldn't say it's light years, but it's very, very different. The Method 2 was not uncomfortable, but the padding added in this saddle is unreal. I can think of so many times where I had to sit up after an hour or two and kind of rest or adjust things and whatnot, and I can just see myself sitting in this all day. I feel like I'm sitting in a summit climber. Maybe not that comfortable. I mean, that's like literally, take a nap in the stand for 4 or 5 hours comfortable. But like I said, the drawstrings right here, once you adjust these to your bottom panel dropping, you can stick your finger in it, and I'll drop some B-roll in this just because I'm in such a situation right now. And you pull, it pulls this bottom panel up. And while I'm standing on this platform right here, you guys can see this little bar crossed, all right? And what this is one entire magnet, this is an entire magnet, and the Method 2 had, set 2 or 3 different earth magnets within it that you'd have to line up. And it's not that they were hard to find, it's just like this is a no-brainer. Like, you literally can pull the things and it comes right up to it every single time. So super, super neat. I also like the thumb holes that they got right here that you can stick your thumbs in to pull it down. This thing comes in right at about 2.3 pounds, which I don't pay too much attention to the weight of a saddle. I pay more attention to the ventilation and the time that I'm hunting. So like early season, maybe this isn't quite the saddle that you think you should go with. It is a little padded, it's a little warm, but like in the shade right now, I'm not too bothered. Maybe you want to go with a Maverick or something along those lines, but I'm gonna grin and bear it because I was fortunate enough to be the first one to kill a buck in the U.S. last year out of the Maverick. Now, granted, it was barely a buck, but I would love to have the opportunity to repeat that with the Method 3. So I will be rocking this thing in Tennessee. One, because I'm just sitting here and it's a noticeable comfort difference already. I think I'll deal with the extra warmth and whatnot just to have that. But like I said, feature rich. Latitude has always been kind of like at the top of innovating. They continue to set the bar, and there's a lot of really good companies out there, but man, they just continue to just hit the nail on the head every time they design something, and they continue to push forward, and that's what I love about them. You know, continuing with this saddle, right out of the box, you're going to have leg straps that are already connected on the saddle. I take mine off, even as a one sticker. I will take mine off. I don't feel like they're necessary. I feel fine without them. Some guys don't, so they'll leave them on there. But it actually comes right in between your butt crack and back here. I'll put some B-roll in, like I said. But that strap will come out and branch off and go to each side. And for you hybrid hunters that are sitting in a tree stand, or you know, even saddle hunters, the less metal on metal contact, the better chances you have of killing a deer. That is, in my opinion, the number one thing that sets especially the older, smarter deer off. Like, once they hear that, they're done. They are not getting up and moving in daylight. So what they've actually, Latitude has done, is everywhere that these buckles would be connected to you, they have added some sort of pad or hid the loop in within. So you can see, like right here, this little loop right here, that's where your thing would connect, your leg strap would connect. The metal piece would be behind this, would not be exposed. You're not going to be hitting it on anything. You know, and like I alluded to earlier, you set your drawstring, you get those kind of situated, leave you a little thumb hole, and whenever it's time to pack up, or you'd rather swap to a single panel, just pull those right up, and they're set perfectly right where you want to be. Continue hunting, continue to climb down, continue to pack it up, whatever that you feel. I will say some of the more recent upgrades that Latitude has made to their more recent saddles, like the Maverick, the Method 3, and the Lone Star, they've got that butter bridge. Your am steel isn't locking up on you as tight as it was before. That's a big help. No metal on the buckle, no metal on the bridge, virtually no metal on this saddle. Actually, there is no metal on this saddle whatsoever if you are taking the leg straps off. But anyways, guys, man, I appreciate you watching this quick little video. Be sure, if you want to check out this saddle a little bit closer, if you want to follow how it does throughout the season, maybe make a decision next year, follow the YouTube channel. I plan on doing some damage in it ASAP. I'll be heading down to Tennessee in 10 or 11 days, and at checkout, if you'd like, use code DO3 to save you 10% on your Latitude order. It's not a lot, but when you're placing a larger order, it does substantially help, especially with like shipping costs and things like that. But I can't thank you guys enough for the continued support, both through the YouTube channel and the podcast. Things are growing, things are going well. I'm very, very happy with where I'm at right now. And as I promised, I'm going to show you guys how I've got this tripod set up. So you can see the house up there, play set. This is my old building. It needs a new roof very badly, but instead of replacing it, I'm doing YouTube reviews. I'm up in this tree on this right here. Terrible little branch right here, just completely screw my eyeballs out. And I've got my tripod on 3 separate parts of this limb just to video this. So thank you guys for watching.